there, bud.
I'm weak.
Nestled in northeast Minnesota's Iron Range along the Canadian border is the Boundary Waters Canoe Area. This primitive wilderness is located in the Superior National Forest and offers 1 million acres of forests and 1,100 lakes. Though most popular in the summer for canoeing, the winter ice opens 1,200 miles of canoe routes and more than 2,000 campsites to those venturing by foot. On this adventure, we start at entry point 77, which is a half-hour drive north of Ely. With heavy pulks, filled with gear, hot tents, and lots of food, we make a short walk down a portage trail to South Hegman Lake and cross the lake to a campsite located in a bay. Hi there. Back in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area, Superior National Forest, for another winter camping adventure. It is about -6 degrees right now. This is probably the coldest temperatures I'm going to see on this trip. Here along with some friends. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day. This is going to be awesome. Let's go. Making my way on South Hegman Lake here. It's a beautiful day. A little chilly, but nice. There's some random man standing on the lake over here. We'll go say hi. Hey buddy, how you doing? Been out here long? Yeah? Looks like you've seen some better days. Okay, got a pot belly going there. Hey, you kind of remind me of Rob Pelton. Are you related? Made it to the campsite that we were at last year on South Hegman Lake. It's pretty windy up here. We might want to choose a different site. Just waiting for the guys to catch up to me. We'll make a group decision. Nice fire grate here. Last year, Rob and I set our hammocks up over this ridge. This might be a good place for a hot tent right here. So we'll see, but the wind is coming off the lake this direction. So a wise move might be to camp on a different side of a lake so the wind isn't hitting us. So we'll see what happens here. The boys arrived. This is going to be camp tonight. So we have 3 hot tents. The hard part here is trying to find a spot for all the hot tents, yet there's 2 feet of snow on the ground, and finding a spot that's flat that doesn't have big rocks under it. So we're doing it right now. Me and Rob are clearing out the snow for our spot. Miyagi's over there setting up his. Chuck's gonna sleep in the snow. He's a real man. Time to get to work. We got the tents all set up. Haven't lit the hot stove, so we're out to get some firewood. It's about lunchtime. It's getting a little chilly. Put on some more layers. It's actually warmed up, but I was feeling cold, so making our way back to find some firewood. Got this guy. You've never met him on my videos before.
Hello, Midwest backpacker fans.
He's kind of famous in his own mind.
Yeah, I'm big in Europe.
This is the guy I just like to call, I guess we can call him Buckley.
What's your other nickname for me? That other fool?
Yeah,
some other fool.
Some other fool.
Yeah.
If you think his trail name should be some other fool, comment below. And there's the mule.
Look at Miyagi killed a fucking bird or something over there.
Mule.
Oh, hi.
Working on getting some wood over here. You can see the snow is quite deep. The nice part about winter camping is people wouldn't be able to go in this part in the summer because it's kind of boggy. So finding wood in the winter that hasn't been taken should be easier here.
Whoop. Right here. I'll spank that fungus.
I'm weak.
That's why he makes fun of you, because everyone usually makes fun of him.
Oh, do they? Almost. Can I get some eye contact here?
Today we've been trying to stock up on firewood. We cut a bunch up here into sections, pulling it back on our pulks. See, this is Hegman Lake. Chuck and Miyagi and Buckley coming back. We're going to haul the wood back and then start processing. Warm. Still hauling wood. It's getting dark, obviously, but these guys were like, we got 3 or 4 pieces left over here, big, probably 4 or 5 foot long pieces, and like, oh, we'll just get it tomorrow. I'm a little neurotic that way, where it's like, no, I gotta finish. Bring that over. Sleep better tonight. Relax a little bit more by that campfire. It's all good. It's probably, I don't know. I have no idea what the temperature is. I'm guessing maybe 5 degrees. Keep working. stay warm. All right, got a saw log. It's a lot of firewood. We're done. Boys are in there relaxing. All right, to the hot tent. Somebody open the door. We're in Miyagi's hot tent relaxing. Miyagi made us some fabulous bacon here. But this place is as big as it looks. What do you think, Rob?
It's huge. It's so extra.
Chuck,
Yeah, man.
checking your stocks again?
I'm buying shit on Amazon.
Banana holder? Some other fool.
Hey,
How do you like
What's up?
snowy winter Minnesota camping?
it's gorgeous. The snow's really deep.
Speaking of really deep, Miyagi,
Oh, hey. How you doing
what are you
there?
doing there?
How you doing there, friend?
Look at that fancy stove right there. It's got a nice burn going. Big rack here.
Who are you talking to?
Thawing some stuff out. Got Rob's gloves up there. Okay, Miyagi, what are we making here?
Well, we have some Navajo fry bread, also called bannock. And we're doing it Indian taco style. I don't know if this is Indian tacos, is it? Yeah? Do they call it Indian tacos?
Native Americans in Mexico, right? And there's your meat up here that you made already?
I just don't know if this is like the traditional ingredients.
So-
but what
so-
we have here is we cooked up the meat first, and now we're staging it up here as the heat's keeping our meat warm. And then I got all the fixings down here. We got guac, we got cilantro, sour cream, onions, and cheese. And don't mind this fireball.
Do you know, I have a theory that there's a direct correlation between the amount of firewood you gather and how much fun that you have. And we are having some fun, boys.
That was a pretty good fire. Woo. Whoop, whoop. Yep, yep.
We got a whole shit ton of firewood over here.
I love that. It's just like a one-line joke. It's like, what do you do at an Adele concert?
Yeah, I don't know.
Stand there and cry.
We are relaxing in the cozy and luscious, somewhat warm, getting warmer confines of the Robert Pelton hot tent.
Good times.
This is the stove that makes the hot tent hot, venting out through the ceiling. And Rob has gotten the tent up over 100 degrees before.
109.
We're not hoping to be that hot,
No.
but
Right now, at sleeping level, it is 39. And it is 12 outside. And then what's it at head height? Can you see it up there?
no, I can't. It's probably, what'd you say it was down here? 40?
Yeah, 40. So it's probably 60 up there.
Yeah. So we'll stoke it up. We'll see if we're gonna wake up and keep the stove going in the middle of the night. But being that it's 10, 12 degrees, it's not super cold, so we'll be fine either way. We'll see you tomorrow. Why, hello, YouTube friend.
Hey, buddy.
How'd you sleep?
Shoulder hurt. All that sawing motion.
Yeah. Okay.
But it kept me up to stoke the fire all night, so you're welcome.
Good morning, friends. It's another beautiful day in the bush. slept decent last night. Actually, last night we came in, started getting unpacked, and I got an upset stomach. I had to go outside and puke. But feeling better now. Probably eat some more crappy food and do the same thing again today. We'll see. We ate breakfast this morning. Everyone is kind of organizing their stuff, and we're about ready to go out on a hike here, South Hegman. We're gonna walk up towards some pictographs and pictured rocks. Probably about a mile and a half hike one way. But I thought I'd give you a quick tour of the campsite here this morning. So, there's Hegman. You can see our pulks down there from hauling firewood. I showed you last night when it was dark, but this is about half of what we have left for firewood. Might need to get a little bit more tonight, but you burn through a lot of firewood when it's cold out like this. Every Boundary Waters area, canoe area site has a fire grate like this one. However, they don't work real well for a big fire, so we built our fire right next to it. That way people can sit around three sides and stay warm. So we have 3 hot tents here. The first one I will show you here is Mr. Tim Buckley's Some Other Fool. And he has a hot tent.
Oh, hey.
That
Hey, Midwest backpacker.
he can sleep in his hammock. And you can see right behind his legs there is his little stove, which I understand keeps about half of your tent warm.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Up to about here.
Yeah. So
Not
nice.
ideal.
Nice. Okay, we'll make our way around here. This is Miyagi's tent. Miyagi, how big is the footprint of your tent?
Big Bertha?
Yeah.
14 by 12.
14 by 12. Yeah, he's compensating for something. But it's humongous in here. He slept in here all by himself. We all could have fit in here to sleep. But you can see he's got a little bit bigger wood stove. And he jimmy rigged this copper rack on top for drying things, warming things up, holding Doritos.
That's the most important thing is the Doritos. And hot donuts. You gotta have hot donuts in the morning.
Hot donuts.
Every morning I make breakfast for these guys.
So 65 degrees in here, 24 degrees it says outside. My phone said it was 18, but and he slept on a cot. Now tell me, when you and Trips, your girlfriend sleeps in here, how do you sleep in here?
So it's designed as a hammock tent. It's got 2 double zippers on each side. And when we sleep in here, she sleeps on the bottom in a bridge, similar to what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a gathered on the top, so we stack it.
Nice.
And we have just enough clearance, similar to what you see here with the quilts. We have about that much distance between our hammocks. And right now when I'm sleeping on the ground, it makes it nice because I can hang all this stuff up and dry. Because we've been cooking in here and 5 dudes in here, we've been getting a little bit of condensation. So if you have a hot tent, a chamois is a good thing to have in the morning when it warms up a little bit with the stove. You wipe her all down and that way it's not dripping on you. But it's a nice communal space for everybody. That was the whole point of building something this size. And for trips, it's kind of having a nice place to go where it's warm and
For anybody.
out of cold
yeah.
for anybody. Yeah, so this has been real nice for us.
So if you aren't familiar with wood stoves, they pack in, and his is quite heavy. And he has this stove pipe,
35 pounds.
35 pounds. And part of it is
Ultralight.
this is stovepipe, and there's a special fabric that the stovepipe runs up through.
It's a welding blanket material.
So obviously this material would melt if it touched this pipe, but this is a heavier material, and usually they try to keep the stovepipe from touching that still, but when the ground melts down here where the legs are, it tends to shift the stove and you kind of have to adjust. So, all right, let's keep along with the tour. Got to zip it up, leave the heat in there. So Chuck here slept cowboy style down here last night, This big ass sleeping bag.
Brokeback Mountain stuff.
However, it's supposed to snow a little bit tonight in order to stay dry. He is going to be sleeping up here now underneath a tarp in the same gear. So basically cowboy camping with just a little coverage. And the jewel of this campsite is Chuck's decorations here.
Poor thing broke on the way in.
It's almost empty, Chuck. You must have had a good time last night.
I'm on vacation.
All right, let's keep along with the tour. You can see all sorts of snowshoes lined up here. I don't think we've worn them yet. We didn't really need them. We were worried about slush being on the lake, and Chuck actually discovered yesterday that out on the lake, you go down about a foot and you hit slush and water, and that's about a foot thick, and then you hit the real ice. Okay, so that is where I slept last night on my cot. Couple sleeping bags there, a couple pillows. I have a tarp underneath where I can put stuff and keep it dry. Over here is where Rob slept. This is Rob's tent. He's got stuff just stacked on his cot right now, but so both of our heads were right here. And the reason for that is we could feed the stove last night without getting out of our cot. Grab some firewood, shove it in the door here. So that's the tour. It's a pretty good, pretty nice campsite. Enjoying our time so far. It's time to get ready and we're gonna go for that hike. We ventured out on a 3-mile round trip that took us back over South Hegman and across North Hegman to the pictographs and pictured rocks. What have we discovered?
So this is a spring where you have water that comes up from the bottom of the lake, and you can see the temperature of the water is much warmer. It rises to the surface and makes for thin ice. If it's close enough, you'll actually get a hole through the ice right here. You can see where it's thick. You can see down. We probably have 6 to 8 inches, but right there, it's worked its way up through, over here, over there. So this is an area that you want to watch it.
And we're on a trail that's been walked by others, so it's somewhat safer. The pictographs are Native American paintings from hundreds of years ago and are considered sacred. The North Hegman Lake pictographs feature a cross, 3 canoes, a standing figure, 6 hash marks, a bull moose, and a 4-legged animal.
Let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving.
Keep her moving.
Keep her moving. Just keep her moving, eh?
So a fun fact about the lakes here is you don't necessarily have to worry this time of year about falling through the ice into the lake. What you have to be concerned about is slush. What happens is There's a fresh layer of snow out here. Underneath that snow, there's a layer of slush between the ice and the snow. And if you walk off a trail like this, you can be ankle deep in slush. Rob was just in the slush, and it was probably over his ankle. And there tends to be more slush in these small, narrow bodies of water than out on the big lakes. Because out on the big lakes, some of the snow blows off, and it doesn't insulate that slush that's above the ice, and there's less insulation because there's less snow there. So it's kind of interesting. You kind of got to be careful. That's mainly why I'm wearing snowshoes on this hike, is if we hit that slush, hopefully I will stay on top of it.
Rob, hurry up. I'm trying. Woo. Come on, Rob. I'm on it. Hold on. Holy Christ. I told you.
He's not
I was
waiting on Rob.
Okay. Thumbs up. In the shadow.
Woo! Woo! When we go backpacking, it seems like all we do is sleep, walk, process firewood, and the best part, we eat a lot. This isn't even a meal. We're just standing around. We just decided to make some brats and potatoes and cheese. And Chuck here has some venison.
Ass steak.
So this is deer ass. What the hell, Miyagi? Is Buckley in here or what?
Well, I got a little bit of creosote buildup. So we're clearing out the stove, and we're going to have to take the pipe apart and check the spark arrestor, because most likely what happened is the creosote built up on the spark arrestor, created too much pressure, smoke's being forced back down and through the door, and it's creating a little bit of a smoke tent instead of a hawk tent.
Good morning there, bud. Taking a dump out in the woods here in the beautiful Boundary Waters Canoe Area. Fresh coat of snow. It's no big deal. We're gonna pack up and head on home today. The hot tents are down. We're all packed up. Rob is just finishing packing up his pulk here. It's kind of fun to see what the campsite looks like after opposed to before. There's no possible way in the winter that you'll 100% be leave no trace with the snow and your trails and that sort of thing, but give it a couple weeks and some snow and you won't even be able to tell we were here. Chuck, did you have a good time camping there, bud?
Yes, sir. It was unseasonably warm, but I'll take it.
He's a man sleeping out under the stars.
I'm liking this snowfall this morning. It's gonna be a nice walk out. A little bit of wind.
Yeah, the other side of the island here, it's really whipping.
Yeah.
But Chuck worked on extinguishing the fire here. We'll make sure that sucker's not smoking at all before we leave here. But Miyagi and Buckley started the trek across the lake. Toes were getting cold, need to get that blood flowing. So we're gonna head out here, make that journey across the lake with, I think it'll probably be a strong headwind, but it's all right. It's kind of the fun part. Back across the lake. Snow coming down. Not nearly as windy as I had thought it is. It's still pretty brisk. Got the face covered up, got the goggles on. We're headed to the Portage Trail, which is obviously the trail that the canoers come down to the lake. There's quite a big hill there. So we're probably gonna have to tag team going up that hill to get our heavy pulks up it. Kind of second guessing not wearing my snowshoes out here. I'm in about 8 inches of slush. It's some pretty hard walking here. Got going on here?
It's a Budweiser commercial. We've replaced the Clydesdales with Chuck and I. I'm of course. He's a mule and I'm just a jackass.
this is the end of our BWCA trip here in 2022. It was a beautiful few days out with the guys. A lot different weather conditions than last year. I wouldn't say better, I wouldn't say worse, it's just different. It's a little warm, we have that slush, it's a little wetter out here. But we weren't struggling to stay warm the whole time, and we could go out and explore, see those pictographs, have a lot of fun. Hey, if you like this video, do me a favor, go ahead and hit subscribe, punch that bell notification, check me out on Instagram, check me out on Facebook. I got the merch in Teespring. I gotta catch up to the boys from the caboose here. We'll see you out on the trail. What's going on here, Miyagi? How much would you estimate that your pulk weighs right now?
250 pounds.
It's a good leg workout. All right, I'll give you a little push. All right, Miyagi, end of another good trip. Oh. Mule, until August, Colorado Trail.
Cheers.
One last talk with some other fool here. It's been grand, Jeremy.
Buckley on the trail. Check it out.
Do it. BuckleyHikingChannel.com.
And if you want to see another bad YouTube channel, come check out robpelton.com. Krusty, you're still my favorite.
Thank you.